Hi, my name's Jack. This is Alpha.
Hi guys.
Ali's here and we have Sidney. Today we're going to be talking about type 2 diabetes and the awareness around type 2 diabetes too.
We're also going to be talking about the prevention, symptoms and the different mechanisms of diabetes. So, defining type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder. It can be characterized by chronic hyperglycemia.
So in the world it is reported that 415 million people today are living with type 2 diabetes and a further 193 million people worldwide have undiagnosed diabetes too.
Of these 415 million people, 90% of these patients have type 2 diabetes.
Cant.
Jack has come in today to see his GP as he feels he may be experiencing symptoms that may be linked to diabetes.
Right, doctor.
Yeah, so what seems to be the issue today?
Well, I've been a bit worried lately. I mean, I've had like a considerable amount of weight loss. My vision's been quite impaired. Been going to the toilet a lot as well lately. I've been feeling very tired and that, and a few symptoms like that. I mean, I did do a little bit of research on my own, but you know, the internet's like, it's not always 100% accurate. So I've gone on the internet and, you know, I've looked at my symptoms, and to be honest, it's related to type 2 diabetes. So I've pretty much just come in here today to see what my options are.
Well, it definitely sounds like you may have diabetes. They are the main symptoms of type 2 diabetes. So we can run a few tests and we can see where we can go from there.
Okay, let's say the tests do come back and they are positive, and you know, I do have diabetes because obviously my diet's not been good for years. I mean, I'm 28 years old now and I've just been eating terrible for years. So if they do come back positive, I mean, what's the options for me?
Well, as you say, if your diet's not good, then you're more likely to get type 2 diabetes. So we will probably refer you to a dietitian and we'll give you some more information on where we can go from there.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, thanks very much for your time. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Within the body, homeostasis is the ability of a biological system to maintain internal equilibrium by adjusting its physiological properties. One of the things that needs to be regulated within the body is blood glucose level. When you consume food, your food is broken down and the sugars are converted into glucose. Glucose is then transported in the blood to the cells to be converted to ATP. However, this blood glucose level can be too high or too low. If it gets too high, pancreas receptors sense this and it causes the pancreas to release the hormone insulin. This causes glucose to be converted into glycogen in the liver and returning the blood glucose level back to the normal. However, if it's too low, the same pancreas receptors will cause a secretion of another hormone called glucagon, and this causes the opposite effect and causes glycogen to be converted to glucose so that it brings it back up to the normal. Causes of type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is present in two types of scenarios. This is when the pancreas is unable to produce a sufficient amount of insulin to keep blood glucose levels normal, or when the body has resistance to the insulin that it produces. This causes blood glucose levels to stray too high and they can't be returned back to normal. The following conditions are three biggest risk factors that make people susceptible to type 2 diabetes. Age. People aged 40 plus are more susceptible, but this is 25 plus for people from South Asian, Chinese, African Caribbean or Black African ethnic groups. Genetics. Type 2 diabetes is hereditary, therefore it can be passed down through generations. And weight. People who are overweight or obese are more likely to get type 2 diabetes.
Okay,
Okay, so prevention and managing diabetes. In order to prevent type 2 diabetes, individuals have to make some life changes that will include the following. So, first of all, you'd have to eat a healthy, balanced diet, maintaining a healthy weight and losing weight if you're overweight. Also, stop smoking if you do smoke, and drinking alcohol in moderation, and finally, taking part in regular physical activity.
Let's go.
Eating a healthy, balanced diet will mean that you will need to eat a variety of foods and also in the right amounts. Now, the 5 food groups we should aim for are fruit and vegetables, which should be 33% of your diet. Carbohydrates, and you should also aim for 33%. Fats and sugars should be to 7% and should be eaten in small amounts. Protein should be eaten at 12% of your diet, and dairy products should be at 15%. So, to prevent diabetes, a good example or guide to follow would be the Eat Well plate. So, in terms of losing fat and maintaining a healthy weight, a calculation of your BMI, which is your body mass index, will let you know whether you are overweight or not. Weight and height are used to calculate your BMI, and a BMI of 25 to 29.9 is considered overweight. A BMI of 30 or higher is considered obese.
So to prevent type 2 diabetes, there's a few lifestyle changes we have to complete in order to do this. So losing weight will involve 4 of the following. So we need to make sure we eat less, so we're putting on less weight. We also need to eat healthier, and we need to do more exercise. So maintaining a healthy weight will involve maintaining a healthy diet, drinking alcohol in moderation, and also taking part in physical activity, which will reduce weight as well.
So, stop smoking and drinking alcohol in moderation. So, we need to stop smoking because smoking increases the risk of many serious health conditions such as lung cancers, coronary heart disease, and strokes. We also need to drink alcohol in moderation, and the National Health Service recommend no more than 14 units per week. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to alcohol poisoning, high blood pressure, and liver diseases, and also liver cancers. Okay, so in terms of taking part in physical activity, the National Health Service recommend that adults take part in moderate aerobic exercises for at least 150 minutes every week. These could be exercises such as cycling and rowing. It is also recommended by the National Health Service that we take part in strength exercises twice a week, which target major areas, major body parts of the body, such as the abdomen, back, chest. We've got legs, hips, arms and shoulders.
So with type 2 diabetes comes many complications on health if not managed correctly and efficiently. So one complication on health could lead to coronary heart disease, okay, by Cant et al. 1974. So more complications on health, kidney disease. If the small blood vessels become clogged, your kidneys will work less efficiently. So this will come with things such as diet and stuff, which will address this. And foot problems, so damage to nerves in the foot, small cuts not being noticed alongside your foot with very poor circulation can lead to things such as like gangrene and stuff, which can eventually lead, if not managed correctly, to people actually having their limbs amputated. And also diabetic retinopathy, if I can pronounce that. Small blood vessels inside the human's retina can eventually become blocked and actually leak. In return, that actually impairs your vision as the light can't actually fully process through your retina, and that's stated by the NHS.
Hypoglycemia that can be associated with diabetes can have impacts on the peripheral nerve connective tissue structure. This is where your biomechanics can be altered in your body, and it's been proven that this can cause reduced range of motion in the joints, such as at the ankle and at the knee. They're under a lot of stress when you are overweight. Limited joint mobility has also been shown to be linked with patients with diabetes. This is due to increased stiffness of the joint and the joint capsule, such as the ligaments and tendons, and therefore it also decreases range of motion in that joint.
So this is our references for our work.